All right, welcome. We are us, and theirs. As you can plainly see, this is the Thaumaturge. Though I could be mispronouncing it, that is how I'm going to pronounce it going forward. Don't ask me any questions, don't try to correct me. Now, I'm going to say, we're already starting off on the wrong foot here, as when you start the game up for the first time, they hit you with a notification that the name of the developer is Fool's Theory, that they are full of people with diverse backgrounds, and sexual identities, and gender garbage, and that the game itself is not a representation of their feelings on the ideas expressed within. That's not how you... I don't care. I genuinely don't. Just give me the game. No one, and I mean no one, thinks that anything said or done in a game is representative of the developer. No one. So you don't need to think you're special and need to distance yourself from the stuff in the game that you put in the game. It's annoying. It's annoying, is all. And now I feel like refunding the game. I just do. So, strap in, folks, because we may or may not be finishing this game. We'll see how things turn out. Also, it really hates my controller. There we go. Thaumaturge is a word deriving from Greek. It means miracles. A thaumaturge, or a tempermancer, is one able to discover secrets lingering in persons or places. They recognize flaws or stigmas imprinted on the human psyche and can bring them to the surface. Are they a doctor of souls? It's impossible to fully name the essence of a thaumaturge without being born one.
For years I've been seeing you in my dreams, and lately more and more. I know it's you, but I can no longer recognize your face. I don't know if I'd recognize you if I saw you. I hope your condition hasn't worsened much since you last wrote. I can hardly imagine what a nightmare you're going through. Remember, you're not alone. I'm sure our father would be happy to help, if only you asked him. I assure you that for now, I haven't said a word to him about your search or your health, just as you requested. He doesn't know your intention. And with God as my witness, he'll not find out from me. I know you think the only thing that can help you is a miracle. But such itinerant miracle workers, preachers, and folk mystics often take advantage of those in grave condition who are desperate or seeking help. I hope the man you're pursuing can actually ease your mind. But if not, remember that in the end, we will find a way to help you. Just because we can't see it now does not mean it doesn't exist. Send word as soon as you get there. I want to know you are safe. With as much love as I have. Ligia.
Could you spare a moment for me? I'd like to send a telegram.
Of course. Pardon me, sir, but are you feeling all right?
Yes, thank you.
You're not looking your best.
Thank you.
What's your message?
Why in the world would I ever first play a trick on him?
Take this down, please. Arrived. I think I have found him. I hope you will receive me. I will write as soon as I am able.
And payment?
On receipt.
Anything to add at the end?
Well, we'll go ahead and send greetings to our sister.
Please add, my love to you, my sister.
Touching. From whom?
My name is Viktor Szulski. S-Z-U-L-S-K-I. And Viktor with a W, not a V.
Interesting name. Where's this headed?
Warsaw, Russia.
And this is supposedly Georgia. Russia here and Russia there. Russia everywhere, on every map.
Maps change. I know. Let's get on with it.
Pardon?
I was talking to myself. Which way to the village?
The coachman is picking up the mail. Maybe he'll give you a ride.
Thank you.
Loony.
All right, let's see. Lost letter. I mean, it's interesting that we're just picking up garbage that's in a... What's the name of this place? Post office. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem in real life. Just, oh, there are letters hanging out. I'll just pick them up. Alright, so, perception. As a thaumaturge, you possess exceptional perception. You can see things that are hidden from sight. You can anticipate the enemy's actions. You can follow traces of emotions, thoughts, actions, and words, and you can reach your goal easier. This button is supposed to operate as Y here. That one. But it does nothing for me, so we close. Perception is right trigger. say read. I thought it had to do with the person, not an item in their general vicinity.
Hello. Are you going to the village by any chance?
Hello there. Where else? There's nowhere to go here, sir. The station, the village, and the cemetery. That's all. A horse can't go any higher.
The village is what interests me.
Well, if you've got reason to be there, climb in.
I wonder, why would I wait? Is there something else out here? You know what? Let's take a look around.
Can you wait for me a minute? I want to take a look around.
Well, I'm not going to leave you now, am I?
Thank you.
Can't really go that far. And I guess that's the way we'd head on the wagon. Let's... Yep. I guess there's really nothing right now.
All set?
I'd be grateful.
Always nice to have someone to shoot the breeze with. Nothing to see around here. This is everything. Hard to get lost in this place. Head to the tavern over there, past the little square, up the steps. They'll tell you where the preacher's at. Or this time of day, he'll be there himself.
Thank you.
What kind of man walks around with a book? I can smell the jealousy. Someone intelligent? Ugh. In this day and age?
Gentlemen, is this the tavern here?
Hey, Putnik. You coming from far?
Indeed, I'm tired.
Nice boots. They warm?
Let's see, so a proud answer. It not only draws from your flaw of pride's level, but it will also feed it even more. I mean, I have to be honest. The nice boots are they warm line? Hits me with a note of you sure got a nice booty in prison. You know, it's like it's that sort of thing you can't really let go because otherwise they're going to come for you. And now I just really want this to turn into a fight. Maybe it's just me, you know? Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see.
I'm not here for long. I'm looking for a certain healer.
First, you gotta make a donation to the Tsar's army. Warm boots, for instance.
And
Even
a coat.
worse.
He won't need a coat once he's lost his boots.
It's your snummy. We are the Tsar's soldiers.
Those don't look like soldiers' faces. Closer to thieves.
I don't think he'll talk to us voluntarily.
See? See? Looks like I was right after all. Victory conditions. When your enemies lose all their health points, you win the fight. The enemy's health points are shown on bars below their feet, while your health points are represented by a bar in the bottom left corner of the screen. Looks like he was right. We have a deserter and a fugitive. Well, we can get rid of the deserter right out from the gates. After, of course, we get punched in the gut. Actions queue. Perception allows you to anticipate the enemy's actions. To find out what they're planning, unfold the action queue at the top of the screen. Skill speeds. Each skill has its own speed. Slower skills are more powerful. Don't worry, just almost swallowed my tongue. Slower skills are more powerful but require preparation, bringing the risk of an enemy attacking first. It'll go first, so we're fine. I mean, if we hit the guy in the face, we probably would have done more damage, but it's just me. So.
Sirs, the Ruski is right. They won't report us. They'll be too embarrassed to admit some cripple got the better of them.
I guess we're the only ones that are actually aware that they're deserters, or like those are just labels and they don't actually mean anything.
Good boy.
You know, I'm just spamming the perception button because I'm imagining that there are certain things that won't be visible unless you hit the button within the area of it. So that little circle's outer limits is what I assume to be the range for things like that, but I have no evidence that it actually works that way or that there will be anything invisible to uncover. But I'm still going to keep doing it, at least for a little while.
Forgive me, sir. Is your name Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin?
I forgive you.
I'm sorry. It's just I've been looking for you for a very long time, and
And you expected a thinking simpleton. An illiterate who swindles sick people and claims he can speak to God himself. I already said I forgive you.
We
Yes,
haven't
I've
dispelled
heard.
those notions
Especially
just
in
yet.
Petersburg. I've also heard about the healings, even hopeless cases. Inexplicable ones.
And what do you believe in?
Handcuffs and dildos, maybe. Say you believe in his miraculous power, or say you want to see for yourself. 2.
If you help me, I'll believe all of it. And please believe me when I say I've tried everything short of a miracle. And I know the meaning of that word. I'm a thaumaturge.
Ah, Thaumaturge.
Where are you coming from?
I'm curious why that would even matter in a case such as this. Well, the first one doesn't really answer his question, and I don't really see how answering this with the second one could hurt.
I'm from Warsaw,
So, from Russia.
Poland.
From which Poland? The Russian one, the German one, or the part that belongs to Austria?
From Warsaw.
Do you have a name?
Wiktor Szulski.
From Warsaw.
On my path, I've already come across people who've lied to me about their problems, and then gone around calling me a charlatan. After them, others arrived, with pitchforks and torches, and I had to endure insults and spit in my face, or flee for my life. And now you say you're a wizard from an imaginary country that no one has seen on a map in over 100 years. Forgive my amusement. I haven't had my first coffee yet.
I forgive you, and I'm still asking for help.
Prove you're a thaumaturge, and I'll hear what you have to say.
Okay.
What would you like me to do, sir?
I've met a few of your kind, so I know what you're capable of. Find something in this tavern that belongs to me, and tell me something only I could know.
First, I need to have something personal that belongs to you to learn your trace. It's a sort of pattern I'll use to recognize the other objects.
Smell this.
We're not a hunting dog. Prayer beads. Time-worn prayer beads with 30 woolen knots. The zeal gushing from the beads impregnates the wool better than the tallow from the owner's strong fingers. The object pulses with a mixture of blue rapture, purple passion, and graphite fierceness. The touch of the beads burns, but it also attracts. Rasputin's wish. Rasputin has a magnetic zeal and passion. He's a man with an attractive personality, strong and fierce, who is easy to follow. One just has to be careful not to get burned by the flame of his ardor. I don't imagine it'll hurt to examine the object.
Have you figured anything out yet?
You could shut up and let me do my thing.
I'll return to you in a moment.
I can hardly wait.
Observations. Observations are information that you acquire by interacting with people and items. Observations make up conclusions, a valuable source of knowledge about the world and events that can help in different situations. Perception and objects. Thaumaturges possess perception, which is, I read that already. Well, I've read it before. In order to recognize them, you must develop the heart, deed, word, and mind dimensions sufficiently. traces. On some items, you will find a trace of someone's personality. It takes one of three forms. Unknown, you see it for the first time. Familiar, you've seen it before, but you're not certain who it belongs to. Certain, you know exactly who left it. Traces are only revealed once you pass the test of perception on the item.
Let's take a look around.
Okay, so that thing right there is flickering. Seems like there's...
Who would have thought there were such layers of passion within it?
a prayer book, an ornate prayer book containing prayers for the Russian Orthodox Rite. It vibrates with a languishing moan of delight, the touch of silk, the scent of courtly powder. But that which is soft and warm is also pierced by thorns of impending separation and longing. Rasputin's passions. Who would have thought that this priest had such passion? Surprisingly, the mask of a healer conceals an outstanding lover, irresistible to women's hearts and bodies. Perhaps this is one of his healing methods. I mean, after all, they say a day keeps the ills away? I'm sure they say that somewhere. A dirty bowl. A dirty bowl that someone has eaten stew from. There's another trace here. News from Yerevan. Which I'm all but certain I'm mispronouncing. Our correspondents report that the newly appointed Governor General of the Yerevan Province, Prince Napoleon Louis Joseph Jerome Bonaparte, has just arrived in town. The highest officials were present at the welcoming ceremony, followed by a dinner with representatives from Yerevan's most eminent families. The Governor General's address to the townspeople is expected in the next few days.
Careful you don't get achy feet. You're not too worn out. You look a little peaked.
Any moment now.
I have all day.
We're not done? Or maybe I need to... Let's see... No, apparently our dimension force is too low. How can we address that? Let's try this. Thaumaturge points. Thaumaturge. On the grimoire's cover, there are available thaumaturge points that you can spend on the tree. Purchase skill upgrades, improve your powers within any dimension, and hunt salutors. I mean, I know it's salutations, but this could be something. I want to move on from this, so yeah, the salutors is not awful. To enable further development. We need deed in order to pass the check for the prayer book. This upgrade enables perception in the dimension of deed. You know, it really should say of, or deed should precede dimension. Otherwise, it's just awkward when it shows up in any other context. In including this one. There appears to be a bone daddy up here. Oh, there are also other creatures on the... Alright. So let's go ahead and choose deed, as much as I don't... Okay, so I guess all of these are unlocked already. And then we have available upgrades, skill upgrades. Each skill can be upgraded. Place the upgrade in the designated spot on the skill icon. Each upgrade takes some space. Choose wisely. Don't you tell me what to do. Thief of Thought reduces focus by 1 additional point if the enemy is in the suffering state. No idea what any of that means. So I guess this is a passive effect that we add to our attacks. Just trying to get a grasp of how this works. Because when I go up on the analog stick, it doesn't... Weird. It's doing it now, but before, like now, it's just... So if I go right on the analog stick, it removes the highlight on the skill, but then I can't move. Unless I go left again. Weird. Now we've unlocked the deed section of the prayer book's observation. Let's read it out. Trembling hands and thin white gloves, feverishly tying a ribbon behind which she tucked a leaf with an imprint of her made-up lips. She ran to make it in time, to give him a gift, to make sure he wouldn't forget her when he found himself so far from court.
Careful you don't get achy feet. You're not too worn out.
Any moment now.
Okay. Oh, there was extra stuff on the bowl. But that's word. Ah, hair cloth. A penitential device for voluntary self-mortification of the body. Is there anything else we've missed? No, surely not.
What have you learned, wizard?
Well, you're a zealous man. It permeates every level of your personality, your faith, your abilities.
Not such an impressive discovery.
I haven't finished yet. In Petersburg, you left behind a very devoted and very young lady-in-waiting.
At least one, my friend.
Therefore, a Petersburg lady-in-waiting who was very devoted to you gave you her breviary.
Honestly, I don't remember where I got it. Its contents were always more important. Have a seat. Tell me again, why were you looking for me?
A few years ago, I attempted to catch a wild salutor, and that ended with me losing contact with my first salutor. That means I can't develop my abilities. I know that my Uber is there. Sometimes he shows himself, but I can't feel the link anymore. Generally speaking, I'm losing it more and more each day. If it disappears, my mind, I'll lose my sense of reality. I'll fall into madness.
I don't know if I can help you.
We'll go with the second one for now.
I don't have much dignity left. I'm prepared to beg for your help.
That won't be necessary, Victor. I meant I don't know if I'm able to help you. My gift is something I've received from God. Some I've helped, others I can't say. And I've never treated a thaumaturge.
Maybe just do the same with me as with the others.
We can try. Focus on my voice. You are safe. As long as you can hear my voice, you are safe. Let me gaze into your mind. Let me see through your eyes. Let me...
Where am I? Rasputin. There's no one in here. I need to get out of here. What is this sound? Shackles?
You're blind. You've never grasped the science of spotting the perfectly obvious. Can you still not see?
What do I supposedly not see?
Flaw clouds your vision. It always has. Pride. Your damned pride and sense of superiority.
I must have gotten that from you, Father.
You'll lose, idiot. You always do. You're even losing against yourself. You can't see, but can you at least hear? You're weak, stupid, and blind. Do you hear me? Do you? Do you?
I can see, Father. Clearly.
Will you be lying there much longer? I wanted to sweep.
Well, his eyes no longer look as if he has the ick, so...
Where's Rasputin?
In the cemetery, chasing away evil spirits and giving people comfort. You all right?
Yes, absolutely.
I wanted to sweep.
I'm just heading out. It's so good to see you again. something else. I saw him clear as day. It wasn't a vision. It was a salutor, unbound by a pact. A wild one. And if so, that means there's someone in the village with a flaw that's attracting it.
You talking to me?
I was praying.
I wanted to sweep.
Well, let's go ahead and spend that point. 60% chance of dealing double damage. Interesting, interesting. Basically just a free shot at critting, huh? Restores focus. It's a point to... Adding a point to deed and word would... Well, right now, just word would further our ability to investigate things. We'll go with this for now. Then we have gamble, which will add to... Yeah, let's add it to the quick attack. That seems like it wouldn't be disgusting at all. Also, apparently, we have a concussion attack. Nice. Oh, and we apparently also acquired an influence. Multiple objectives. Quests have multiple objectives. Really switch for the one you'd like to track. After switching, the objective will reveal a path to follow. Sometimes this path is so mysterious that it eludes even an experienced thaumaturge. No worries. The remaining objectives will provide a way to solve the quest. Let's find the person with the flaw first. Wait. A protective charm made of strings, sticks, and feathers. It's supposed to protect the residents from the influence of evil powers.
Excuse me. I need to get to the local cemetery. Could you give me a lift?
I've only just come back from the post office this morning. I'm not getting the horse going again. Back to the cemetery. It's not like anyone there is going to run away. And look, my horse is more dead than alive.
The coachman doesn't want to take me to the cemetery. If I use my power, I should be able to change his attitude. I'm not interested in going to the cemetery in the first place. Manipulation. Using Thaumaturge, you can manipulate other people. First, you must know a person's secrets, which you can learn by making conclusions. If the manipulation is available, the character interaction icon will change and the euphemism will appear next to the character.
I felt something. Where is it?
They'll all gawk, but without lifting a finger. Just, Vesna will bring it, Vesna will help. But if Vesna needs help with something, there's nobody to be found. That's not yours, don't touch. All these newcomers causing more problems.
dropped apple, a bruised crimson apple. Vesna was trembling, dropped a fruit basket and left this orphan behind. Vesna has left her distinct trace on the fruits. It consists of a heart fluttering in a panic and a throat painfully clenched. A bite of this apple would taste of pure fear.
Am I sensing?
Ah. Dead goose. Someone or something strangled this goose. From the goose's twisted neck flows the anger and passion of the person who slaughtered the poor bird. The wave of emotions carries no desire for meat or feathers, only the sour taste of envy and the desire. Bogdan? I don't know. It's fine.
Over my dead body. I reject this verdict.
Well, I expected as much, and he wanted to come see you himself. He was first to judge.
I said what I said, and I won't change my mind. Go away. You're attracting gawkers.
Not gawkers. A witness. And let him listen. He'll see it fairly. Sir, this liar and thief here stole a memento of my mother. And this witch says I'm supposed to hand my goose over to him, too?
Because you strangled mine. And what do I care about some trinkets your mother left you?
Because we already know you strangled the goose, but you still haven't proved that Bogdan stole your pendant.
Where is the justice here?
The conflicted neighbors. A dead goose lies between the quarreling peasants, the obvious bone of contention here. If the wise woman is to settle the dispute, she'd better do it quickly. It'll come to fisticuffs in a moment. It seems the neighbors quarreled over us goose strangled in the act of revenge, a classic of the genre. I don't think we have what we need in order for this to work. I'm guessing if it's in red, you just can't. Okay, so Anatoly very much did strangle the goose. I can't really take the guy's side because there's no evidence that Bogdan actually took his mother's memento. Or the memento of his mother. Yeah, he strangled the guy's goose, and so they're making him hand over one of his as compensation, which is right. So I support her verdict on that, at the very least. But there's no way for me to investigate whether or not the other guy stole his mother's, the memento of his mother. So that sucks, but...
The grey-haired lady is right. Without an assessment of the stolen object's value or evidence it was stolen, this is just slander. And strangling geese is nothing short of mob justice.
And who asked you, smartass?
Don't worry, sir. When he sobers up, he'll apologize. It's only too bad about Goose.
Hey, that's good eating right there.
Come inside and tell me what you're doing here.
I would rather not. You are pretty aged. Assault on the doorstep. Assault on the doorstep protects from unwanted visitors and other misfortunes. You seem to be just outside the... Nope, just inside the range of the person with the flaw we're looking for. Diary of an Oblate Priest.
The villagers seem to have a certain respect for you, ma'am, so I wanted to ask your help with something.
How did we come to that conclusion?
I'm not getting any younger, boy. Talk before I drop dead.
Or maybe it was the thing that happened outside. No, we'll come
Well,
back
then,
after we
I
get...
hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
We'll wait until we get more information. I know I saw something up there on the table, but it's probably not relevant to what I'm actually trying to do here.
Am I sensing? I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. I'm telling you, go away, or I'll call for help. Help! Help! Somebody help me!
What are you doing here, you tramp?
I'm not looking for trouble. I just wanted to talk.
We'll talk, all right.
$36 health and 33 health. How about we beat adjust upgrades? So apparently for strong attack we can stack 3 upgrades. Okay. Strong attacks and focus. In order to launch a strong attack against an enemy, you must take away all of their focus, causing them to enter the breakdown state. Strong attacks are much more powerful than other skills and allow the fight to end quicker. I would much rather get rid of the guy with the knife first. You and your salutor each have your own separate set of skills. Plan which you want to use and give the salutor an appropriate command. Bloody Penance inflicts damage. The target's health points determine how much damage the skill inflicts. The more they have, the higher the damage. Eerie Intoxication inflicts damage, restores your health points by nothing, which is half of what you've lost. Each subsequent action that restores health points will restore less of it. Not great. strong attack opportunity. The enemy has lost all of their focus and is now in the breakdown state. It's a great chance to launch a strong attack. Sure, let's go with Brain Buster. Jeez. It actually one-shot the guy. I guess getting slashed in the back by a ghost will do that to you. Guess we'll go with the diversion again. Not of this world. Inflicts damage and restores your health by 3, which is half of what you've lost. Sure. Ouch.
The devil sent you.
You could say that, sure.
Those are definitely words you could use. The village residents, if thinking interferes with their actions, so much the worse for thinking. The locals are impetuous, irritable, and eager to pick a fight for even the most trivial reason. Something is not right here. So we're missing an observation due to our word being too low. Damaged axe shaft. A damaged axe shaft, the trace it bears does not belong to Vesna. The shaft is overgrown with the thorns of bitter words, but there are others. Warm, delicate as rose petals. They betray a love for someone who's not afraid of thorns, a love that is difficult but not accepting of violence. Maybe going to the cemetery would get me what I need. Because what I need is some extra XP in order to level one of the other aspects. A rag. The coachman used the rag to wipe the sweat from his forehead and then threw it on the floor because... what's a trash can? The rag reeked with the sour sweat of fatigue. Attempts to free the wheels from the soft soil made the spine crack like a fishbone, and the muscles burn with fire, and no one would help. Such was his job. Such was his fate. Shovel. The shovel still showed traces of mud and ice. The coachman had to free the wagon's wheels from the soft soil that had engulfed them. The coachman is tired and weary. He's worked hard at unloading the wagon alone, and all he dreams of is a moment of rest. I can relieve his suffering.
I'm not going anywhere.
Maybe you'll change your mind and drop me off at the cemetery after all.
Well, on the other hand, This place isn't much more exciting than the cemetery, and I meant to take the horse out for a ride, so get on.
Well, I didn't mean to do so, but we are gone now. I don't want to go into the cemetery on the off chance that we end up just leaving and not solving what's going on in the village. I don't imagine that that would be the case, but on the off chance that it is, I'm going to go back. I guess no, there was someone else we talked to, the old woman, I think? No, it was the guy. An unfinished letter.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
Really?
Well then, I hope you'll...
We're still missing something. I guess we'll try this again.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. Please leave. Please, please.
Oh, really? We get nothing out of that.
Maybe I will try later.
Wooden box. I unfortunately moved, I think, and I couldn't read it. Oh good, we finally got the point we need. We need word. And we got an upgrade for fortune. I don't know what it does, though. Gives a 50% chance of interrupting the enemy's planned action. That is probably much better used on the quick attack. Well, that's all just going terribly. Actually, we'll put the Deuces one extra. They're in a suffering state. Maybe we'll put that on diversion. Gamble on strong attack and fortune on quick attack. Now we can properly examine these things. A hand-carved and elaborately painted wooden box. The box is marked with words of love, sweet as kisses. The names of Vesna and Luca intertwine, cuddling tenderly against the wood, against the delicate carvings, trying to protect them from the damp and rain, from all the evil the world carries with it. Although it's already become moldy from disuse, it carries the memory of the spirit of the one who wielded it, a loner by choice, with a disposition as tart as juniper berries. think that's some of what we needed. That's the old woman's place. Let's see if we can advance things with her.
You've been going in so many...
Still.
Well then, I hope...
Really? We even have the name Luca and a little bit of information on him. I don't... I don't imagine there's anything in the tavern. What am I missing here? I guess we can try talking to her again.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am?
Please go. Wait. Please leave. Please.
Well, this is kind of... Wait, there's something else here. Dish shards. Broken shards of a blue ceramic dish. The broken ceramic trembles with anger and frustration. The quarrel erupted suddenly, spewing out vile of mutual complaints and grievances. Its sweet and pungent taste stupefied, compelled screaming, finger-pointing, and hurting. The frenzy lasted until all involved were out of breath. Domestic squabbles. In this house lives a married couple who do not mince their words. They argue violently, loudly, until they are out of breath, but they persist, together, despite everything. Let's try again.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. Please leave. Please. Please.
So does this unlock anything with the old lady? No. What in the world?
Well then, I hope...
I have no idea how to advance this. Can't talk to the old lady because something still eludes us. Can't talk to the woman in the house because who knows why. Trying to make absolutely sure I haven't missed any observations. Yeah, I just don't see anything. And it makes no sense to accuse the old woman of taking advantage of the villagers' superstitions. Because one, there's no evidence she's doing any such thing. And two, there are other options. I just can't do anything with them. Let's take a look around before we do anything hasty. Elder Vasily's grave. Elder Vasily died only a year ago, and his tombstone has clearly already been damaged. Why? Stone strikes against stone, heavy, guided by a hateful hand. The blows carry anger, despair, chaos. The tombstone cracks and crumbles, but it's not enough. Death is not enough. Vandalizing a grave is not enough. Nothing will ever be enough. Not sure why I'd want to lock an observation on the screen, though.
You're alive. Does that mean I helped, Thaumaturge?
Well, let's go ahead and thank him first. It's the right thing to do.
I don't have enough words to thank you for what you've done for me. I haven't felt this way in years.
I'm glad I could help.
So, what's going on here?
When I heard you were at the cemetery, I was sure I'd see you resurrecting the dead.
Not yet. Today I'm just praying for rest for Vasily's soul. The whole village is suffering after his loss. He was the elder here.
He cursed this place. Since he died, darkness and misfortune have hung over the village.
You see? To them, every harm comes down to witchcraft. They believe that after Vasily's passing, the village was possessed by some monster that howls at night or some other euphemism.
Ah, doom. Locals say that since the death of the village elder, a doom has hung over the village. Minor quarrels immediately turn into bloody fights, and people are tense and withdrawn. Things are not looking good. Well, we can go ahead and tell the guy that they might be right.
As you were healing me, I had a dream, a vision. But on the borderline of sleep and wakefulness, I thought I saw a salutor. That's what might be influencing the villagers in Wailing at night.
They're good people, but none too bright, Victor. I'm afraid they might be talking about a train.
The wise woman was saying the evil spirit is a book of hatch.
Does the creature hunting you rattle chains, slither around, and have a mouth full of giant fangs?
A book of hatch.
Where did this elder live?
I'll show you. Let's allow Vasily's soul to rest for today. Amen.
Superstitions. A woman in the cemetery claims the village is haunted by a lich. His name is Bukavach. The village residents. A peaceful and happy village? Not quite. The villagers are riled up and on the point of breaking, laying the blame for their troubles on the actions of a Bukavach. They're trying to defend themselves against this dark force with folk methods. Let's see if anything else reveals its weight. No.
What do you expect to find in this place? The fire was almost a year ago.
Time doesn't matter much here. I'm looking for clues and personal traces that will lead me to whoever is carrying the flaw that lured the salutor here.
I see. I thought I could be helpful to you, but I don't really understand what you're telling me.
Oh, may as well start from the very top.
Above all, flaws are deeply hidden marks left in human souls. They form under the influence of tragic events.
What does that have to do with salutors? Is that Latin?
Yes, from the word newcomer. People have always taken salutors to be spirits, demons, or imps.
Like from those fairy tales, the wise woman and the other old crones tell the locals.
Sometimes, those sorts of fairy tales and legends describe how humans perceive a salutor. They don't take a physical form. Salutors are attracted to the flaws hidden within people. Thaumaturges discover these flaws inside someone, bring them to the surface, and adopt them to lure the salutor. Those are the moments when I've usually failed. I haven't been able to hold on to a salutor. I didn't know how to bind one to myself.
What about you? Do you have a flaw?
Come on, you can't be too proud to say you have pride as a flaw.
I bear the flaw of pride.
I wouldn't have guessed.
And now? Thanks to your help, I can once again discover people's flaws and the salutors hiding behind them. And I think I'm now able to catch my second salutor.
Oh, so having multiple salutors is dangerous.
If I do manage to catch another salutor, that would be a very rare occurrence, in fact. An ordinary thaumaturge wouldn't even try it more than once. Only a few have multiple salutors.
Why?
Well, apparently they come down with the ick and eventually die. Or go mad, apparently. But let's have him tell us.
Some have lost their lives trying, others their senses. I was close to madness. I lost my sense of reality. I didn't know what was true. But I know I can do it. I'm almost 100% sure.
On the zero
Isn't
side.
this exactly the sort of thinking that caused your problems that led you to me?
Yes.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Then what's changed?
This time, I've got you with me.
I mean, I guess we can just do all of it.
People always leave behind individual bits of their personality, even on everyday objects and such. I can decipher the thoughts and actions imprinted on these objects, and then match them to their owner. This lets me gather immense knowledge about a person, especially if I need to find someone.
What else can you do?
Backflips, I guess.
Why did you want to come here with me?
I have never gotten to know a thaumaturge so closely. I'd like to learn as much as possible about your abilities.
I need to look around this place a little more.
I won't stop you.
Can you feel it? It's the smell of mystery.
Ah, I can save. And that one will do just fine. Apparently it's 11:27. We have been playing for more than an hour and a half. And I think that's going to do it for us. All told, not bad. Not bad at all. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. I like it. I can see that their stupidly unnecessary little blurb at the start of the game might have something to do with this being or involving Russia in some way. So I'm less annoyed, though I am still pretty miffed that it was mentioned at all. It really annoys me, but that's let's be honest. I'm not going to forget that was put there, but I'm prepared to move on so long as the game itself proves to be crafted to be a game, let's say. So, this is going up on Monday, which means our next episode will be on Wednesday. Better buy yourself some popcorn because I'm sure it's going to be interesting, at the very least. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.